For decades, large, hairy, man-like beasts, called Bigfoot, have occasionally been reported by eyewitnesses across America. Despite the thousands of Bigfoot that must exist for a breeding population, not a single body has been found. In the absence of hard evidence, like teeth or bones, support comes down to eyewitness sightings and ambiguous photos and films. Since it is logically impossible to prove a universal negative, science will never be able to prove that creatures like Bigfoot do not exist, and it is possible that these mysterious beasts lurk far from prying eyes. The sinkhole is a form of relief cast elemental with depression in funnel-shaped, more or less round, resulting from the dissolution of soluble rock surface, in particular limestone. Sinkholes have diameters from a few meters to over 1 kilometer, up to 100 meters depth, and surface from 0.17 to 150,000 square meters. Sinkholes are formed not only naturally, but may be produced by human activities, such as underground construction, or effect of global warming, affecting underground ice layer, releasing gas to the surface. Consensus about the origin of this weird noises. Let's listen and weave a few. Isn't it? An unidentified flying object, or UFO, in its most general definition, is any apparent anomaly in the sky that is not identifiable as a known object or phenomenon. Stories of fantastical celestial apparitions have been told since antiquity, but the term UFO was officially created in 1953 by the United States Air Force to define all such reports. During the late 1940s and through the 1950s, UFOs were often referred to popularly as flying saucers or flying discs. Tunguska phenomenon, or the Tunguska explosion, was a powerful explosion that occurred near the Tunguska River, Podkamennaya, in what is now called Krasnoyarsk Krai. The explosion is believed to have been caused by a large meteorite or a comet fragment at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers on June 30, 1908. The blast uprooted more than 80 million trees on an area of 2,150 square kilometers. Both because, at the time, not fully understand the behavior of meteorites in the atmosphere, and because of Soviet secrecy, appeared, and numerous other assumptions, such as nuclear explosion of a UFO. Some residents and visitors in the small city of Taos, New Mexico, have for years been annoyed and puzzled by a mysterious and faint, low-frequency hum in the desert air. Oddly, only about 2% of Taos residents report hearing the sound. We reproduce the sound, recorded with highly sensitive instruments. The Loch Ness monster is an animal which, taxonomically, not part of any family or species, but which are said to live in Loch Ness Lake, Scotland. Modern legend was born in May 1933, when it was published the news that this monster was seen by a couple. In 1934, a famous photo presented a dinosaur-like creature whose long neck emerged from the dark waters. This photo made some to speculate that Nessie is the only survivor of an much time extinct the plesiosaur. Researches are still, because the enthusiasm of tourists and professional or amateur investigators could not be stopped. Nazca lines are a series of geoglyphs located in Sechura Desert, Peru. This ensemble is on a desert plateau that stretches between the towns Nazca and Palpa, the area known as the Pampas of Jumana. The approximately 300 geoglyphs vary in size. Most have between 15 centimeters and several hundred meters, while others stretch for several kilometers. The geoglyph became ample known after 1930, when were observed from airplane. Their overall vision can be observed only from the air. No known, until today, the reason and purpose for which they were built. They are still a mystery and opportunity for scientific dispute. An earthquake is the shaking of the surface of the Earth resulting from the sudden release of energy in the Earth's lithosphere that creates seismic waves. Earthquakes can be violent enough to toss people around and destroy whole cities. Submarine earthquakes can trigger the formation of huge waves up to 30 meters tall and reaching speeds unexpected 800 kilometers per hour. Total causes that trigger an earthquake and bases that could lead to its predictability is still the subject of intense research. Every year, during Orthodox Easter, believers enjoy what they call the miracle of the Holy Fire. This miraculous event is happening in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre of Jerusalem during the ceremony of Holy Saturday, the day before Easter. During the ceremony, the Greek Patriarch of Jerusalem, surrounding the Holy Sepulchre with the other hierarchs and priests. Patriarch enters with 33 candles in the Holy Sepulchre, where it is believed that the holy fire descends and light them, then comes out and splits light to the faithful present. Ever since Jerusalem was ruled by Muslims, there is much skepticism of the phenomenon, but it was tolerated for consistent income brought by pilgrims.